I am at Lone Rock Cemetery today, guys, in Windyville, Missouri. It is a cemetery that is said to be haunted by a ghostly apparition on horseback that is said to ride the grounds and guard the grounds at night. After this, we are heading over to the general store. For those of you guys that don't know the history of Windyville, be sure to go check it out because this entire town is said to be haunted. It is said to be the most haunted town in Missouri. So if you're ever in the area around Buffalo or around Bolivar or any of those areas of Missouri, be sure to stop and check it out. It's a very small town. There's not a lot to see, but it definitely has a lot of history for such a little town. So be sure to check it out. And we're going to head over to the general store now, which is also said to have a lot of ghostly activity and hauntings. Alright guys, here we are at the general store in Windyville. And as you guys can see, it's a real old general store. So it's hardwood floors from what we can tell. Actually peering in the windows here, it's not actually open right now. And not exactly sure why. But if you look at older photos and stuff of this store, and I mean like in the last 5 years, I'm not talking about like back in the 20s when this thing was actually flourishing. If you actually look back in there though, they actually had an ice machine thing sitting over here, somewhere around in this area, which is no longer there. And if you look online, it actually says that the store is closed right now, but it's actually listed as a hotel. People could actually stay here and go do paranormal like investigations and things along those lines. And that is something that I am looking into doing here. And there's some haunted artifacts and stuff actually inside here from what I've been told and what I believe from other people who've actually came here and did investigations and everything. So if you guys are ever here, be sure to go check it out. Hopefully the store will reopen at some point, and we'll see what happens in the future with this. But every building here in Windyville, every abandoned building is said to be haunted by something or someone. And like the cemetery up the road here, like what we were just talking about though, and the canning factory here, which from what I believe this red building over here was the canning factory at some point, because that's actually part of the tour, and it says it was right next door, and that is the only building that is still right next door to my knowledge. And if you look over here, there's an old barn. It's just an old abandoned town here, guys. There's not a lot to see here, but there's a lot of buildings here, though, that are starting to collapse and everything. And a lot of people don't want to live in a haunted town, and can't really blame them whenever it comes to that, though. But if you come over here, though, and we'll look inside of the windows, you can actually kind of see in here that there's like an old wagon in there, some various things, hardwood floors inside the store. I mean, it's old-fashioned, and they say that they still have glass bottles of soda and things along those lines if you put it up online. A lot of different things inside here, and just an old country store. And definitely something, and the drive out here, the way that we came in, was definitely kind of a creepy little drive. If you go out there, and an old abandoned mansion out there with stairs still going up it and everything, and it was kind of insane seeing it. And try to get footage of that on the way back to show you guys, because it is really weird how this old kind of, I call it a mini mansion, but was sitting out there in the middle of this field and down this old road in the middle of nowhere. But this town itself is in the middle of nowhere. If you look here, founded, existence since 1916. Grocery, fuel, and post office. That's the way they used to do it. History lesson there. Everything was in one spot. So, toys, candy, souvenirs, room rentals. I mean, definitely got the old school vibe. If you look up here, you guys can see that or not, there's actually dolls up here in the top corner there. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. If you've seen Annabelle or the real story behind Annabelle, yeah, sure. And a haunted artifact. Say they have haunted artifacts, not sure if that doll actually is, but a lot of the things belong to people who actually perished in this town. So we'll come back at some point and try to check that out. But thank you guys for joining us in Windyville today. And we're going to head on out from here, and we'll try to come back at some point and do a paranormal investigation overnight.